Happy second anniversary of the Owl House series finale, Watching and Dreaming. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Hi, everybody, this is Black Rhino Ranger. It is another commentary on my birthday animation countdown last year, up to my 30th birthday. This time, we're talking about 2014, when I just turned 20 years old, 2 decades. The double digits, the 2-0. Now, nothing much special happened to me that year, but I will say this, something tragic happened in my country. We lost 2 planes. One is MH370, which is currently our country's Amelia Earhart, and the other is MH17, which got shot down by a Ukraine turret. May these airplanes rest in peace, and the people aboard it also rest in peace. But to cheer myself up, let's talk about what is my most favorite cartoon of 2014, and that is BoJack Horseman. It is a very depressing show. It's about a celebrity named BoJack Horseman, all washed up, a former celebrated celebrity, and now he's a bit down in the dumps and showcasing all the bad things he has done and suffer the consequences for all the bad things he has done. Especially in that moment in season 2 that makes him completely irredeemable, even though we still want to see him change. We still want him to see him do some good things. But his inner demons, the stuff that he did in the past that's irredeemable, prevent that from ever changing. He is a complete monster, and yet we do want to see him get better, but deep down inside we still see him as a monster. And which has happened in Hollywood, which can happen to literally anybody in Hollywood, especially several creators like Harvey Weinstein and Bill Cosby and John Lasseter, John Crispolucci, Chris Serino, T.J. Miller, Vic Mignogna, and Justin Roiland. So many folks in the entertainment industry can turn out to be absolute monsters, even if they made the best material. Best thing is and it's not just on BoJack; it's also on other people, like about body positivity, about abortion, trying to hide your depression by being as happy as possible. It's a very, very deep show. It's very, very dark and depressing. And it's one of, if not the most human shows ever made, in spite of the fact that it's half of the cast is anthropomorphic animal characters, which I believe is the joke. Anyways, honorable mentions are some kid-friendly stuff, including Mixels, a very odd and cartoony Lego show. A fan of mine is a huge fan of Mixels. Star Wars Rebels, not as good as Clone Wars, but I still think it's a fine addition. Clarence, a little bit Ed and Eddie-ish, but a bit more down-to-earth. But the less said about the creator, the better. And All Hail King Julian, focusing on King Julian during his days as king. Oddly enough, despite it taking place in Madagascar, it doesn't have Madagascar in the title. And yet the Madagascar sequels and the Penguins of Madagascar mostly take place in other countries like United States and parts of Europe, etc., and Africa. Anyways, what is my most favorite animated movie that year? So it is the Lego Movie. It has a nice sense of wonder and a sense of childhood nostalgia. of how we like to make stop motion Lego figures, even though it wasn't really made in stop motion, but it is made in the style of stop motion. And it's a really it has a nice charming way of showcasing Legos, like showcasing if there's the different sides to how Legos are made. Are you a super imaginative builder like Wildstyle, or are you an instruction follower like Emmett? And honorable mentions that year will be Big Hero 6, an odd Disney adaptation of a Marvel comic created by the same guys who made Ben 10 and Generator Rex. But still very cute, and I especially love Baymax. Box Trolls, a very creepy stop motion film, which may seem like the typical hide the character secret thing, but I do like how the villain has an extra weakness. Just don't invite him to the same picnic as Wallace. Not even Wensleydale. And How to Train Your Dragon 2, a great way to expand on the world of Berk and to help further showcase the cool moves of the dragons. And and whether or not the whole world of Berk should trust dragons. And Equestria Girls, Rainbow Rocks, better than the first one, and I found myself digging the songs more than the first one, and I also like the villains more than the last one, like Sonata Dusk. She's funny. And what is my most favorite video game? Why, it's Skylanders Trap Team, a game where you can play as your heroes and villains. You have the ability to play as any of the 50 brand new characters and over 40 trappable villains, which you can use for battle, similar to Pokemon, but since they're also villains, kind of like Ghostbusters. It's basically Pokemon mixed with Ghostbusters. It makes me wonder if all Skylanders games were remastered into one, with the Trap Master, would the villains be playable in all 6 games? I don't know. On my honorable mentions would be Disney Infinity 2.0 Marvel Superheroes. Fine way to include the Marvel characters into Disney Infinity. Though, had they continued with Disney Infinity while still also buying Fox, do you think they would have included X-Men and the Fantastic Four? I don't know. Super Smash Bros. 4, or Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U and not 3DS, I never played that one. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. The first Wii U game I ever got, and then one of the very few Wii U games I have with me. Fun game to play, and I find myself playing this more than the other 2 Smash games. I mean, Smash Ultimate has the most amount of characters, but I find Smash Bros. Wii U has the better levels, especially the Donkey Kong one. Ultimate Street Fighter 4. Technically an update on Street Fighter 4 from 2008 and Super Street Fighter from 2010 and Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition from 2011. But since I didn't include those games in my honorable mentions, I might as well include this one. And Ultra Street Fighter, where the last 5 characters were included: Dudley. Dudley or Peter is it? Elena, Rolanto, Hugo, and Poison, and a new character, DiCaprio. I found myself enjoying. This is the one I remember playing the most of all the Street Fighter games, not counting Street Fighter X Tekken. And I probably need to revisit the Street Fighter games, and I really need to play some Street Fighter 6 so I can better understand how the games are like or something. Maybe I'll change my mind on that part, but for now, I say Ultimate Street Fighter 4 is my most favorite Street Fighter game right now. Unless I'm counting Street Fighter X Tekken or Capcom vs. SNK 2 or Marvel vs. Capcom. Anyways, my last honorable mention is a very odd one and kind of a controversial one. Transformers Rise of the Dark Spark. I understand its reception, and I will admit it's not as good as War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, or even Dark of the Moon. But I can see what it could have been, a mixture of the War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, and the movies like Age of Extinction. It was supposed to be a tie-in with Age of Extinction, but I believe it was really rushed and it was a last-minute thought. And I still think there was a way to mix them together. It's just they weren't given enough time. Maybe if they delayed the game for a year or two, maybe we would have gotten something. But nevertheless, and yeah, you should have kept High Moon Studio on this project instead of giving it to somebody else who just reused other assets. Yeah, a bit of a shame, really. So yeah, that's what happened in 2014. And so what's happening right now? So I look at Captain Peanut Butter. He is one of the characters of BoJack Horseman. He is voiced by my favorite singer, Weird Al Yankovic. And despite the fact that he acts so silly in front of his brother, Mr. Peanut Butter, and Diane, he actually feels very sad on the inside. He's like, look at those children. Little miracles, right? Well, one day they'll die, just like us. Do you ever believe in the soul? Life is the most precious thing, Diane. Remember that. Don't be too long, or I'll drink all your beer. Diane, do you ever look up at the sky and feel like they're tiny holes sucking the air oxygen out of you and seeing how small you all are and how meaningless life is? It's so cool to let people love you. All you're doing is promising that you'll one day break their hearts. And he even had a downer of a line at the end of the episode. I got a twisted spleen. It's not fatal, necessarily. They still need to run some tests. But there may come a time when you're gonna have to be the captain. I have no idea Weird Al could pull off such an emotional moment. They should hire him in more roles like this. I mean, of course, we all recognize him for being the silly comedian guy, but moments like this, as well as the doll maker in Batman vs. Robin, he can be quite versatile if you give him the chance. Anyways, here I am. I pick up the letter from him. Surprised it hasn't got any drool. And the letter is from Random Stuffette. Is that a reference to Smurfette from the Smurfs? Got any favorite memes? Would you like to show or tell a few? And I said, yes, I got some memes. Back then, these were my memes when I was a teenager and a young adult. For those who don't know what these memes are, allow me to explain. The biting pear of Salamanca, which is basically this weird-looking pear with teeth with a very weird smile. It's also known as lol what. It's a very odd-looking thing, and I think it's just the meme of it is to showcase how random you ought to react or something. There's PB&J Banana, which is basically the dance, this gif of a banana going peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. There's the annoying orange where they had this clutch cargo type of animation on a stock orange, but giving him with real eyes and real mouths. I had no idea what it's all about, but I kind of joined in on the fun on that. there's of course Rick Ashley with the "Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you." There's Homestar Runner, which I admit I never saw the show or the web series, but I did remember seeing him cameo in a Taco Man episode. I remember watching Taco Man a lot as a teen, but unfortunately all the stuff from Taco Man has been removed. Homestar, Charlie Bit My Finger features this little boy and his little brother's like, "Ow, Charlie bit me." It was one of the most viewed videos on YouTube at the time. Speaking of most viewed videos, there was also Evolution of Dance, where this guy dances to all the old songs to the new songs of the 2000s, like "You ain't nothing but a hound dog, clacking all the time. Oh baby, let's do the twist. Staying alive, staying alive. YMCA, YMCA. Hey, everybody was kung fu fighting. Then I go grease sliding, gonna hit all time. Oompa loompa, doopity doo. And I got a perfect puzzle for you. Don't know what it got to Mr. Roboto Domo. Straight day. Can't touch this. Boo doo 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 doo. Can't touch this. Ain't no lie, baby. Bye 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 bye. And kick that dirt off your shoulders. You gotta keep that dirt off your shoulders. Something like that. And then there's "Can I Has Cheeseburger Cat?" I think I should have called it "I Can Has Cheeseburger." It's a very odd meme, but I remember it being referenced in two cartoons. Transformers Prime, when Agent Violet was like knocked out cold, and he randomly says, "I can has cheeseburger." And in Chola Drama Presents The Redonkulous Race, where Spud is like, "I can has choco-oink." And then there's Dr. Rabbit. I remember a Zoo Tycoon user used to have something like that, and he kind of annoyed me with one of my own creations called the Bold Wolf, which I regretted making ever since. And Dr. Rabbit always has this. There's an infamous line that says, "Brush, brush, brush, get rid of the plaque," but it almost sounds like he said, "Get rid of the black," which means which gives off the implication that he's racist. Then there's Hotel Mario, where the CDI game, where it has Mario and Luigi going, "Nice for the princess to give us a nice lovely picnic, eh, Luigi? I hope she brings us lots of spaghetti." "No, and you gotta help me." "Oh no, they say all toasters toast toast." If you thought Chris Pratt's voice was a weird choice for Mario, this one I think kind of tops it. And then there's Tron Guy, who dresses up as a character from Tron. There's the Star Wars kid, who tries to act like the Star Wars. The Sneezing Panda, where this little panda has this little cub and goes, "Hee!" And then there's the dramatic gopher that goes, "Do do do." And there's this person who goes, "Leave Britney alone." And I think it was something to do with Britney Spears having some controversy back then. I had no idea what it was all about, but researching a bit of Britney Spears' history, I'm like, oof, now I know why. And then there's a bunch of folks from China singing the Backstreet Boys. And one of my favorites is "Pingas." A misinterpretation of the line "Snooping as usual, I see," from the Sonic Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog episode Boogie Mania. And it was even referenced in a Sonic comic and in the Sonic Boom episode. "Ah, Sonic the Hedgehog, snooping as usual, I see." And then there's Ouija, which has this Ouija doing this very weird stare. And then there's more crabs. It's where Mr. Krabs makes this weird, creepy face when SpongeBob was catching jellyfish. It was called Jellyfish Hunter, and he's like, more, 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 just like that. And then there's Unsure Squidward, where in the episode Just One Bite, Squidward takes a little nibble on the Krabby Patty, and he's like, "Why, this is the most horrible thing I've ever eaten." Sorry, let me just turn down the volume a little bit. Okay. Are you sure? Does this look unsure to you? Yes. That's where the meme came from. And then there's Over 9,000, a mistranslation of the anime of Dragon Ball. In the manga, it was supposed to be over 8,000. But in the anime, they're like, Vegeta, what does the scanner say about his power level? It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right. Oh, really? Where a picture of a snowy owl says, "Oh, really?" Something like that. And of course, this famous line from 300, "This is Sparta!" And there was a Sparta remix of it. And even I had done some Sparta remixes myself, both My Little Pony and Skylanders and a few others. And there's the song You Are a Pirate from Lazy Town, and Laughing Baby, just basically a baby laughing, and Afro Ninja. And a lot of these are from the South Park episode Canada on Strike. And then there's Badger, 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 Mushroom, Mushroom. It's from a guy named Mr. Weeble, who also did Owls, Narwhals, and Look at my horse is amazing. He also collaborated with Ed Gord with Nuts, like he goes, "Hey you, I'm looking for your peanuts, have you got them stashed around the house?" And there's Saturday Morning Watchmen, which was made by a man named Harry Partridge. It was basically a quote-unquote kiddie take on the Saturday on Watchmen, which I think is a very dark comic. It goes like something like this: strong together, united forever, they're the best friends. But when trouble's about, you best watch out for the Watchmen. And it parodies a lot of Saturday morning cartoons like Scooby-Doo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman the Animated Series, etc. There's the CDI Zelda, where Zelda's like, "Gee, it sure is boring around here. My boy, this peace is what all true warriors strive for. Your Majesty, you must come immediately." Then there's Volvic, which is based on a Volvic commercial where this T-Rex goes, "Roar! What are you doing, Mr. Volcano?" "Hello, Tyrannosaurus Alan. I'm filling my water with volcanicity. Rain filters through my handsome volcano rocks to make a live mineral water. Can you shout out, 'Come on, world, I have you for breakfast. Try some.'" "Yeah, I do feel a bit hydrated." "Wow, I'm Tyrannosaurus Alan, and I'll have you for breakfast. Roar!" And then there's Mama Luigi from the Super Mario World TV series, where Luigi was a bit annoyed by that name because Yoshi keeps calling him that, but then finally he learns to accept it. "Sorry about that, Luigi. That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario." Then there's Mudkips, where there's when the Pokédex describes Mudkips, and then these two Mudkips, they're like, "Mudkip, Mudkip, Mudkip, Mudkip." Then there's Eddie's Dicky. And from the Ed, Edd and Eddy special, Jingle Jingle Jangled, Eddie was opening his parents' presents for him on early. He snuck into their upstairs from the, I think was it the basement or something? The attic. I meant the attic. I'm trying to remember what it was. The attic. So he opens the presents, and they're all just clothes, including a dickie, They still make these? This has been memed a lot. It was even in a Six Flags commercial parody where he goes tick 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 tick. This one I don't know if it was actually a meme, but it was quite popular in 2006. Fred Burger, where Fred Burger was a bit of a subject to memes and stuff, and mostly because of his love for nachos, frozen yogurt, saying yes, and other things. He used to have his own besides his appearance in Keeper of the Reaper and Be Afraid, Be Very Afraid. He had his own Cartoon Network Yes commercials where he would just randomly say something. There's one commercial where he goes, "I like music. I do. I like music that goes like la 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 la. Yeah, la 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 la. But sometimes I like music that goes bum 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 bum. Yes." And then there's another one where he describes all the things he likes. "I like music. I like nachos. I like pizza. And I like frozen yogurt. But I like nachos the best. And I like to file out paperwork. And I can fit 2 fingers in my belly button." Yes. "Hey, where are the nachos?" And it ends with saying Cartoon Network. Yes. There were other commercials like that too. It was also not just for Fred, but there was also one for Camp Lasso where Lasso was like, "This is meat. Meat that stands upright all by itself. Meat. Cartoon Network. Yes, it is good, jiggly fun. Jiggly, jiggly. Oh, it's squishy. Look, I'm lifting weight. I have meat mittens. Jiggly, jiggly. I have a meat beard. Me too." And there was also one where Ed was just doing the "I'm a woodpecker," except with dirt. Cartoon Network. Yes. And then there was another where Cheese goes, "Do it again, do 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 it again." Cartoon Network. Yes. Yeah, it had commercials like that. Fred Burger for a while was like one of my most favorite characters, and I was highly attached to this character nonstop. He used to have a Wikipedia page, but it got taken down, and I would try and protect his Wikipedia page. I would keep reverting the Wikipedia edits and stuff just to keep that thing. This was before I knew that there were other wikis before that, and again, I was a teenager. I didn't know any better. Did I hear an alien sound? I don't know. Anyways, moving right along, there's the Potter Puppet Pals. Believe it or not, fellows, the Potter Puppet Pals were precisely what got me into making YouTube videos in the first place. The series started. It was a series of puppets that were meant to parody Harry Potter. It was made by a man named Neil Cicierega, who you may know for the band Lemon Demon, the singers of The Ultimate Showdown for Ultimate Destiny. You know that song, the one where they goes, "This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. Good guys, bad guys, and explosions. As far as the eye can see, and only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny." This show was basically like I said, it's a satire on Harry Potter, and they were doing some silly things with it. There are episodes like Potions Clash, Wizard Eggs, but most famously the mysterious ticking noise, where they're like, "What's that weird ticking noise?" And then they still decide to move to the rhythm, like Snape, Snape, Severus Snape, 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 Severus Snape, but Dumbledore, Snape, Severus Snape, but Dumbledore, Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore, wrong Snape, run, Ron Weasley, Dumbledore, run, Snape, run, Ron Weasley, Dumbledore, run, Hermione, run, Snape, run, Hermione, Dumbledore, run, Hermione, run, Snape, run, Hermione, Dumbledore, Harry Potter, Harry Potter, and etc. That's how it went. For a while, it was one of the most well-known and most beloved series of all time. They used to make episodes until 2019. That was the last one, and they just re-released the previous shorts in 4K. I'm not sure they're gonna continue with it because of J.K. Rowling recently. I mean, her comments on the trans community. But before I get into that, let me tell you another traditional fact about Neo Cicerega. He is the brother of Amy Cicerega. Amy Cicerega, who is known to be a storyboard artist for Disney Channel, for Disney television animation, including for Gravity Falls, for DuckTales 2017, and The Owl House, a show that was also influenced by Harry Potter. And now I am aware that Harry Potter has been a subject of controversy, mainly because of the creator J.K. Rowling, who has been saying some questionable things about the trans community. And recently, she just got into hot water again, talking about asexuality and denying and saying that it is fake oppression, like saying that asexuality does not exist and people are just denying themselves of love or something like that. I don't know, but I'm sure somebody who is asexual is just as offended as how the trans people are offended by J.K. Rowling at this point. If there are a few people who are asexual that I do know of. There's, of course, the controversial reviewer Mr. Enter. There's Jaden Animations, and I know some people who are fans of mine who are also asexual. But I say, if you are asexual, then good on you. I'll allow it. More power to you. And I have been told that asexual people can still find love. They can still find some romance. They can still find some interest, even if they don't necessarily feel it. But it doesn't mean they are complete robots or anything like that. Asexual people are, of course, asexuals. Heck, there are some animals that are asexual, like a desert grassland whiptail lizard or a couple of sea sponges. That's what SpongeBob is. So again, but regardless of my feelings toward J.K. Rowling and her troublesome comments on the trans and ace community, I still like her works of Harry Potter. And remember, if it wasn't for Harry Potter, I probably wouldn't be into Potter Puppet Pals, and I probably wouldn't be and I don't know how my life would have been like on YouTube if it wasn't for Potter Puppet Pals. And I don't know how the Owl House would have been like if it wasn't for Harry Potter. As again, parts of the Owl House were inspired by Harry Potter, as well as other series like Little Witch Academia and stuff. Anyways, moving right along, there's Awesome Face, where it has this big smiley going like. Or there's Troll Face that's like. And then there's What in the Butt. First I thought it was a South Park thing, but no, I think it was somebody else who did it first before South Park, and basically South Park did their own version of it with Butters. There's Pines, which is like Pingas. It's from the Sonic Christmas episode, and it showcases Robotnik saying, "Ha ha ha, happiness is always so much more enjoyable when it's based on the misery." There's also Shoop Da Whoop, where it features a Dragon Ball character named Cell, looking a little outdated, so to speak, and somebody edited that picture and did a recording saying, "I'm a firing my laser," and he shoots a big laser beam. And then there's Banana Phone, a song that wait, I just want to look up the history of Banana Phone. The song is basically when I saw a fan made part of Puppet Pals video, they showcased the Banana Phone song. You know, the one that goes ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 banana phone. Now, funny enough, one of the people who made the Banana Phone album is a person by the name of Michael Kreber. And for those who don't know, Michael Kreber, or was it Kreber? I don't know. He is the father of. He is the father of. Let me just say. He is the father of Michelle Kreber, who you may know best as the voice of Apple Bloom from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Anyways, there is also Chocolate Rain. Some stay dry while others feel the pain. Chocolate's rain. It was also showcased in the South Park episode. And then there's Numa Numa, which is this guy dancing to Javis Stadinte. They Maya he, Maya who, Maya ha, Maya ha, Maya he, Maya who, Maya ha, Maya ha. And then there's This Is Delicious. It's from the Street Fighter American cartoon where M. Bison, voiced by Rhinox's voice actor Richard Newman, goes, "This is delicious." And Balrog is like, "Yes, you want me to throw these tapes anymore? You don't need these tapes anymore. Want me to get rid of them? Don't be hasty. Not until I see these Street Fighters something, which could be any moment now." Yes! Yes! And that was a bit of a meme. Then there's this old meme I remember seeing quite a bit called "All Your Base I Belong to Us." It came from a game. Let me look up what that game is. All Your Base are belong to us. It was from a game called Zero Wing. It was a Japanese game that was poorly translated, and it goes, "What happened? Someone set up us the bomb. We get signal. What? Main screen turn on. It's you. How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us. You're on your way of destruction. What you say? You on your way of destruct? You have no chance to survive. Make your time. Ha 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 ha." And it showcases all these random pictures and stuff. Some people, I heard that one was one example of a dying meme, and some people were trying to revive it. Heck, even I tried to revive it myself, but the views are not very big. I mean, I did one for I did 3 at the very least. I did one for I remember seeing a Pingus version, and I did see a My Little Pony version. I did a My Little Pony version myself with Fluttershy, where she's in her Flutter Rage mode, and I say, "All your base are going to love me." There was another one where I had Terrafin here, and it goes, "All your base owes me $5." Basically, I'm trying to force a meme of Terrafin with $5. Anyways, there's and 2 more, and the last 2 are basically from the SpongeBob episodes, Chocolate with Nuts and Something Smells. The chocolate line and the something like that. So yeah, those were my memes. when I was a teen and a young adult. I'm not sure what is the latest meme to go with, but I'm sure. Let me know in the comments what were your childhood memes. So, anyways, while looking at the memes, I got a little tap from a little alarm right over there, and it turns out it was Emmett. But he's showcasing me the random stuff that's faves of 2014. But because it was so small, as you can see, there's high details on my eyes with the blood shots and and the crusty eye wax. So what I had to do is use a microscope, and after a clearer view, this is what random stuff feds favorites are. The favorite movies are Lego Movie, Big Hero 6, and Paddington. And then there's Strap Team, Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS, Mario Kart 8, Wii U Fit, and the Angry Birds Epic. I didn't have anything to say about that, but I think I might have said something about Paddington. I didn't see Paddington back then, but recently I have. It was for my preparation of seeing the Paddington movie in Paddington in Peru. I didn't see the Paddington 2 until earlier this year when I got it on DVD, because I say why not? Because watching Paddington the movies they're such a delight. Anyways, I didn't have much else to say, so just moving right along. Okay. And I got a tap on the back by the Golden Queen. I should probably do a joke where he slowly starts to transform into being gold. You know, kind of like, and then he'll just freeze like that. But then I won't be able to do that little bit of talking at the end. And it was a bit of a missed opportunity. You know, kind of like Saluk from Aladdin and the King of Thieves, when he grabbed onto the hands of Midas, and then he starts turning into gold. So what's the gift from me? The Golden Queen gave me the gift of Yoshi and Morgana having some ice cream, but they looked like they were frozen in gold. You could say they were frozen gold instead of frozen cold. And I was like, I wonder what the yellow ice cream would taste like. Actually, it'll taste disgusting. I'd be thinking maybe it's like the fourth flavor of Codename Kiss Store, or the Abominable Snowman's yellow snow cones. Don't worry, it's lemon. Anyway, so that's my commentary on the 2014 day. Next month, next week, on the next countdown, it's gonna be very, very depressing. I'll tell you that. Whew. I hope you've enjoyed this video.